Get set.
I can't read it.
Go.
Honestly, this book was as fun-filled as sitting in the doctor's office. Today, I'll show you the book I spent my time on, and could have spent it on something else. The novel I read is named The Eye of Mines, written by James Dashner. The book is a sci-fi page-turner with very few twists and turns that are, although unexpected, don't surprise you. The point of view for this story is third-person limited. The narrator focuses on me, Michael. I'm the main protagonist of this story. I am the most generic character in modern literature. The setting takes place in a simulated world named the Vertnet, a place where people all around the globe can meet in a lifelike recreation of New York City called Lifeblood. The plot takes place a few hundred years in the future when pollution has reached uncontrollable levels. But, who cares about the pollution, which would have made the plot way more interesting if we were based around that, but instead we have this. Kane, a Vertnet hacker, is trapping people inside the Vertnet and forcing them to kill themselves in such a way that they die in real life. I was hired by the Vertnet security to track down Kane to his lair. The Vertnet security also told me to bring my friends, and only my friends, on this mission. My friends and I talked to another player posing as a barber. He gives us a clue onto where Kane is hiding, saying to talk to a woman at a club named the Black and Blues. Me and my friends go to the woman, who then tells us the way to get to the Hollowed Ravine, which is supposedly where Kane is hiding. We go to the game in which a place called The Path is hidden, a passage to the Hollowed Ravine. We all go through the path to find a series of many traps and puzzles. Michael, me, is the only one to survive the path and confronts Kane, only to find out who Kane truly is. I will now read a passage from the book. Another eruption of the awful scream sliced off his words, but Bryson and Sarah got to the point. They started moving toward the exit, but a sound like a breaking tree branch sent Michael stumbling. He turned to look just as a shadowy hand, twice the size of humans, crashed through the wall, sending huge pieces of wood flying through the air. Michael ducked to avoid the debris before he got a good look. The huge fingers lit up with a flash of yellowish light from within. Michael hit the rug on his knees, arms curled over his head to protect himself. He heard the click, click, click of what had to be nails or claws scratching the wood on the other side of the wall. A few huffs of monster's breath. You'll have to read the book to find out what happens next. I believe the closest connection to James Dashner's The Eye of Mines is a 1999 film called The Matrix. The reason I believe that these two works are connected is because both of these works focus heavily on extremely lifelike simulations where you can't tell the difference between if it's real or just a simulation. In the novel The Eye of Mines, organisms hook themselves up to pods where they are transported to any game they want and move around just like reality. This is exactly the same as in The Matrix, where a person would connect a pod to be transported into a lifelike simulation. They are so similar, Mr. Dashner might have gotten his idea from The Matrix. I believe that the theme is you have to make sacrifices to achieve your goal, even if you have to sacrifice your friends or items you hold dear. On page 84, during the battle of one of Kane's minions, Michael Me has his memory partially erased by a kill sim, a virtual beast that feeds off of simulated life, and affects your mind in the real world too. But Michael continues on with the knowledge of what's at stake and that nothing should hold him back. My second piece of evidence comes from 254, page 254, when one of Michael's friends has to sacrifice their life to allow Michael to move forward to defeat Kane. I recommend this book to people who like generic characters, plot, and setting. I wouldn't recommend this book to anyone who actually likes good novels. The best audience for this story are people who think that books based off video games are actually good. I deem this book as the third worst novel I've ever read, and it absolutely deserves my rating of 1.5 out of 10.